streaming, and oh yeah, you know. Let's see if we can try and get 20 here. Bitcoin's trying to hold a little rally. It's trying to hold back over, get to 40. Oh, this is kind of a good count. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, this makes sense. Well, let's just measure something here. Just out of curiosity. Look to the 1. From the 2. I don't think I have the 618 there.
James, just kick me in the teeth and get it over with.
All right, that could work. Okay, that's interesting.
rip the Band-Aid. That's what we can name the next video. Just rip it.
Rip it off.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like the scab when you just keep picking at it and it's just rip it and let it heal.
Well, that's what this count implies. That's what this is. This is the just rip the fucking thing off and take it down to 20. Well, let's see. He's got his perfect target would be 22,609. I like this count, James. It's a good count.
What was the price?
Well, to get the it would be 20. Let's see, what is that? 23.5 approximately.
That would work because I had 26 a long time ago.
Let's see what happened here. I lost his. I get that up. There was. Why didn't that work? There we go. There it is. Okay. I guess TradingView has tweaked their volume profile a little bit. So volume profile, we have. Yeah, this is kind of cool what they've done here. So then we've got.
You're talking about the VP.
The new things that they've
fixed.
added. Yeah. So we've got visible, session, periodic, and profile fixed. I don't think I've done profiled fixed. I have to look what they're doing there. Okay, how we doing? We got. Oh shit, we got enough. All right, here we're babbling and we got all the people. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. It's kind of ugly. Everywhere you look. Although Bitcoin's trying to put up a little rally here. So let's see. So first up, let me get over to my. I've got on my charts here. Bear with me a sec. I got James M. Everybody's on board. Okay, so we can get rid of the disclaimer. I like this count, James. This is a good alt, right? So if we're here's the decision line right here, right? If this breaks and then we invalidate the triangle, this could very well play out, and it makes sense. So, I've long been talking about getting balance out, over here per the 1-2. This would do it. Actually, it's not a bad thought. So the idea being that the dominant 3, come here, is instead of being here, we come over 1, right? And you still get the Elliott channeling plays, right? You're in this internal channel plays. Just out of curiosity, let's see if the median lines I think are going to be pretty good as well. We'd be breaking a bit here, but you probably put a runner on that. Something like that. Looks like it'd be about equidistant. For the outside runner here, you may have just nailed that. That's a really good call. So 3. See, I say Tudum and I go back and forth on this. That is a zigzag to me all day, right? I think it's such a hideous force fit into a 5. Can you do it? Yeah, you can do it. But the whole part of my whole premise here is because that's a zigzag that feeds the triangle idea. Now, if we break this, we come down here and we break this, there goes the triangle, right? If we get down into some of this triangle, even though, okay, maybe you could go to descending, it doesn't have the right look. So if we break here, this, Monte Crypto and I were just chatting about this. This is such an, so we know every whale on the planet can look at that and go, oh, wow, right? Look at all the liquidity that's going to be there, right? Anyone who caught any of this upper action, not hard to figure out where their stops are, right? Even if they were bought here, right, and defended here. If it gets close, they're going to want to go try and grab those lows. Now, whether or not it can hold, that remains to be seen, right? Do we get a sweep and then we come back, or they're done with it? As he's noting here, and this gets a little right. So if we got when I pull that off, this pops there. It's a little bit better because there's not a lot of support here. You've got this. I mean, this is about as much as you've got. Oh, God damn it, TradingView. That's about, you got a little nug. You got another little nug here. Of course, it distorts it a little bit in log. Right, we've got these little nugs here. As he's highlighting with the arrows here, I wouldn't call that a high necessarily a big level of support, but it's something. It's something. And then, what do we got here, James? The only thing not on here is the 2 through. If that's the 3, oh, Jesus, it's hard to see them. Well, here this would be the 23 to the 38, right, coming in here. So if I take these off, well, so here's the sweep of the lows. So we'd come down here. You could kind of see how this could play, right? We come down here, sweep the lows, tag the 38. Here's some geometry. There's not much. Maybe that holds it, right? You're going to it's going to have to ricochet quickly, because if we linger down here, the likely more downside. But if we get a good pop out of that, then you could start to see, okay, that could work. And now off to the 5. The downside of this is that the 5 starts to be less, we had some targets way up. Oh, I suppose if this is going to play as a, then you got to put it all back together. If this is going to play as a 3 or a 1, right? If this is a 1, oh, well, okay, game on. The one thing here that you didn't have, James, that I just added this because I was curious, is if the length of the 1 projected from from the length of the 1 projected from, if this holds as the 4, right? So if we hold here, so this would be your internal count. So this is the 4, and if I bring that over, we're a couple of ticks shy of the 618, the length of the 1. So if you're going to have a shallow 5th, which it would be relative to the 3rd, that's not an uncommon target to tag the 618 rather than getting to 100 of it. Which up here, which is interesting, where there's the algo target, but we don't have enough depth here to make that really a meaningful target, right? As in, there's no algo until we get down here. So I like this count. Let's just zoom in there a little bit here. So this looks like, the easiest solution here is that we've got let's see if I think I had it labeled this right. 1, 2. This looks like 3, 4, 5 because you want to get a 3 in here. So if we're coming down here, let's shrink that up a little bit. I know James will already have this. He's already got probably 3 variations on this, but just for those watching, how do we finish this? Well, this seems like this is a 3, so you're kind of forced into this. I think you got to do it that way because this is such a 3 and it fits as an expanded B, and you can finish the 5 down here. Clean. It's not the prettiest ever, but you get a clean impulse. I guess we'd have to do it that way. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's the 5 of the 3. You got a little 4 in the kicker. We hold the 1 down for the 5. A, B, C. So what did we complete there? Is it 1, 2, or A, B? That's the conundrum. Oh, and even shit. Well, I guess I don't have to be in log here. So the channeling plays pretty nicely here, right? We can see that self-contained. Right now we go up for the corrective action here. Note the Vegas wave, right? We know just wicks get through here. We're right in the pocket, and that's okay. Well, let's measure it from the top, right? Because that's what an algo is going to do. Algo is not going to care about, that's an expanded B, right? It's just going to do it from swing high to swing low. Although you do have a secondary here that's kind of interesting, right? So now we're hitting 50 to the tick. Sorry, I'm
Check
back.
your mic.
Yeah, I'm
There,
back.
okay.
I'm back. 5 down, 3 to correct it. Now what are we doing here? So the implication might be here that if this is the ABC that's corrective, okay, right? Is this just more to come? And again, I emphasize this is kind of an important line. Right, if we're going lower, this is the first thing that's got to break. Right, and then all of this starts to look more realistic. AB, even ABC doesn't look so good for the triangle to hold. Well, let's see. Let's label it. If it's going to go A, B, and we're looking for the C, well, it's got to stop right there, which seems a little bit. Well, okay, so if the algo is in play, right, if this is an algo play from a secondary pivot, right, so there's a little bit of hopium there, right, so there's the 50, but it's not dominant. So if it hits the target here, we hold the C here, we hold above the critical trend line here to hold the triangle, right? So if we pivot somewhere in this range here, well, we may just duck out of that. Then the question, what comes off of here, right? If it's a 5, then the anticipation, we're starting, right, a trend change. So let's wait and see here what we get. There's a lot of wishful thinking there. If this is the, let's see, your alternate has this as A, so this would be possibly A, B, and now this would be, of course, obviously 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But if this is the B, now we're down here at 23-ish. We've swept all those lows, and the whole thing starts to look a little bit worse, because the danger here, as I look at this, is that we break. Oh, come here. If we come down here and we break all of this, and then we come back to it, if we don't get back in here, another leg likely, right? So because this level will be so now this is a lot of if, but if this level is so critical, if we don't find our way back in here, this is going to get ugly. Well, that remains to be seen, right? That, there's going to be just a ton of support here, but note here it got an edge, right? If we get into this area here, this would be your best hope for at least a pause, but this more likely. Now where are we down here? Now we're at 20. We're back to the 17 high. All right, it's good work, James. Let's hope that that's not what we're in for, but we may very well be. This leg here has been, this is kind of the whole problem of why because we didn't go high enough. So whereas we start to come back towards the trend line here, that would be the triangle's base, we didn't get high enough here. So now this this doesn't look like it's doing it in the 3. We've got an impulse. So it implies lower prices, which means next hurdle, assuming we break that trend line here, this will be the obvious target, right? These. All right. Sorry, allergies are just fucking horrific today. Okay, so I've got a different one. Let's see, how do I get there? Because you're giving me ETH as well down here. So I guess I'll do it this way. Yeah. Oh, okay. So here's ETH. Okay, this plays well. So we've got. Okay, same section as Bitcoin here, but we're doing this as a. Okay, so we're doing A, triangle B, C. So A, zigzag. B, oh, this is getting ugly. Well, of course, it's not ideally what you'd want here. Well, okay, so here's the bad news. Right, if the implication was here, and again, I know James knows this, but for those watching, if we were going to get the 5 here, well, that's not an ending pattern, right? We don't want an expanding diagonal. We'd want a contracting diagonal, right? Not what we're getting. So if this is going to be expanding, bad news, right? The implication is that if we finish here, this is a leading, not an ending, right? So that might suggest. Well, the C could be much lower, right? So if this is A, B, and we're gonna finish a 5 down here as a leading diag, 2, 3, 4. Right? That doesn't seem likely, but I mean we can't. It is what it is, right? I mean that if it's gonna finish as a expanding diag, right? That's not that it couldn't finish there. It's not, there's no requirement that we go lower, but that if you're a betting person, which we all are, right? If we finish here and then we come in at a 3, the implication would be there's another leg down. If, right? We shall see, right? It's all probabilities and patterns that we anticipate repeating. Interesting where we end up here. If I've got that right on the money, which I think I do. All right, so down 3 into a golden zone. So we do have a golden corner here. Interesting how that lines up, is it not? It's just I don't want to get there in a leading diag, but that may be all we got. Same scenario, right? You can just model it out. Okay, where are they going to target, right? Where are all the stops in Ethereum, right? I don't think we have to wonder about that. It does play better in log. They're all sitting down here, right? We know that's a bunch of liquidity. I mean, you just look at it here, right? So here's the POC. Is that your POC? Yes, this is, right? So here's the POC coming across here. So you've got, that's interesting. So we have the POC from this swing here, and then we have the visible range POC, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? Yeah, I think it is. So this, wow, what a setup that is. 1800. Not that I'm rooting for that, but how do you, well, and so essentially what would we have here? Right, just sideways, right? Which is what crypto's been doing, right? Sideways to lower. You just have a big distribution here. Now, again, once more, it would set up the opportunity. Boy, I would not want to be selling here. But you can't just blindly buy it just because it's there. You got to wait and, you know, get something here to show you, and then you got to take the first high or low, right? So that you can control the risk. And if you get that, all the better, right? Now you're back here. So the question is this 3 and we're doing 4 here, right? Which I know we could probably count it the same way. Oh shit! What do I got here? 12 hour. So if this is 2. 3, we're doing a sideways 4. That would fit. Sideways 4 down into this. Well, they're probably, if they're going to get here, they're likely to get here at the same time. Going to be really, really interesting to see what happens there. That's really, really nice work, James. ABC 2. I don't know if there's another way to count that. I think we're stuck with that. That's clearly a 3. It's too far to think W. Maybe. What's the alternate? Is there an alternate here? Well, if we stop the correction here, the only way we get out of this here is with some sort of a diag. That's the only thing I could see, is that we're 2, 3, 4. If we do it this way, right? Because this algo will be here waiting, right? Just like that one was there. Let's get these tightened up a little bit. Right into it. Well, so here we bang the 50. You get a little reaction. Next up here, this would be just the kind of place to put an alert on it. You can kind of see the attraction here, right? So you'll have stops here. Stops. All of this would be liquidity, right? Liquidity here. This may have already been played. So, but you're coming back down to the golden zone where we've got all this action here. So this will be very interesting to see what if we get here, what's the reaction there? If we carve through this, that likely where we're headed. So what's that? 2600 critical level here. I don't see an alternate here other than trying to, you know, corrections in here, and we're working through some ugly start to a diag. All right, well that's a tough one here. And so is there a trade here? Well, if you were comfortable on the short side here, any sort of 3 to bring it back here, got to be an attractive sell. Oh. Got a big fat order block right there. should we come back to that? These I probably wouldn't trade. So you're what are we doing here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Jeez, it looks like you got to do the same thing that you did with Bitcoin. Expand the B, and we're now in the next leg. That actually could be one's in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could well be underway. Did we get to the 38 here? If that's the 1, that's the 2. It's iffy, right? But that looks like that's the better play here. Completed, corrected. On it goes. So where's the trade? So if you got here, well, let's just measure that. If that's the 1 and if that's the 2, well, here's the 100 right here at the golden zone. Interesting. Probably a reaction here just off of the confluence, all the congestion here, the high POC, the high volume here, which I think is that POC on this? I think it is, right? So if you come down here 3 to the 4, so where's the trade? Well, boy, that's not how you'd like to slice it, right? If we were to get this, to have to take that on the assumption we're going to break here. Well, maybe if you got a 3, right? But then you'd want to take it that way for the 5. I don't know that that's a trade I would chase. I want to let that finish and then say, okay, what did I just finish? If this is the 4, and I complete an impulse here, what is it? Not going to be the 5. Well, shit, it could be, right? And you know, this could go much deeper. Doesn't look great here unless we get some sort of momentum shift here. This path of least resistance is down. Okay, well, you're right, James. His comment is here. Tough one. Everything looks like shit. You're absolutely right. Okay, well, let me keep moving there. So I've got we got to get an update here on GRT. So this is his baby here. How we're looking here. Not many alts looking great. So this is top left. So let's go. Let's copy that. Top left. Going out to the daily. That's when you know things are bad, when people are out to the daily. Okay, so we've got WXY is what we're after here. ABC is good. A, expand the B into the C for the X. That's sexy. Good. Nice work. W. Let's take that up a few degrees. Okay, WX. Now A. Another expanded B. Interesting, right? So we're seeing a lot of those. But clearly that's the 5, so you've got you're kind of pushed into that. Look how they've all just done the same thing, right? They're all doing this expanded B, and looks like they're finished, and now everybody's in the next leg down. Well, you're kind of late. As so many charts, it's a bit too late to be selling and too soon to be buying. Well, that doesn't even look like that's done, right? You want to maybe you'd get a better retrace here than to try and think, oh, 1, 2, and we're into the 3. It looks like that 1 is still going. So ideally, if you're going to get a trade here, if you're looking for a short, which I know he's not because he and I are both long in this. If this is 1, 1, 2, well, okay, right? 3, 4, maybe you can get out of there. Doesn't look great. Now we are coming right up to the edge here, so let's pull back out here. Looks like he's got this frame. Oh, okay. So you're just giving me value area high and low. So this is commonly, right, there'll be algos that will be tied to that. As they are in every market, edge of value. There'll be software that will kick in there. Doesn't mean it can't break, but that you'll likely get a reaction there. Nothing looks like a buy. I think you're right, James. That's just a hurry up and wait. But if we do come down here, the buy is sure going to be attractive. Got to get a higher. That's right now. Wait, can I get a higher low? Right. So it almost looked like you were faking one here because you had the idea. Oh, could this be the start of something better? And well, there's no way around a 3 here. Probably doesn't matter here how you use it, right? Because you've gone far enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're kind of stuck there. You really are, right? So if this 1 is just still trying to finish, right? It looks like more down to come there. There's not much good there for a bull. Hope I'm wrong on all of this. Yeah, me too. All right, let's Wonka laughs at that. Okay, so Zafar, let's look at gold, right? So somebody, it was Baby Whale showed me a chart of a daily of gold that did not look good. Okay, so Zafar is giving me. You gave me. I see what you did. You cut your. You didn't have your H in the HTTP. So let's fix that. There we go. Okay, so we're doing the CFD. Okay, so let's make a copy of this. All right. Oh, what? Oh, fuck. What is that? That's volume. Let's get that off of there. What exchange are you going? Oh, fuck. You're giving me the monthly. Okay. All right. So we got a golden corner on the monthly. Wow, you're going big time here. So 1, 2. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2 to the. Is that? Did we get a 50 there? It looks like we did. Did we? Yeah, we did. Right to the 50. Right, so it distorts in log scale. Pretty interesting. All right, so 1, 2. What are we doing there? Let's go down to the daily. It looks like that's a 1 that started there. Wow, what a difference. Going from daily to monthly. All right, we got to reset here a little bit. So if this is the 2 of the C of the, God, okay, so this time you really went small. Okay, so there's the 5. Jesus, let's get these a little bigger. Let's get those. All right, so there's the AB. Oh, you got a rough start to it. It could be a W swap. It doesn't matter here. So how are we getting out of here? So this is, we've looked at this 1,000 times, right? This is is it 1, 2, 1, 2? This is the clear impulse. This is a bitch. Well, let's do a little measuring here. Hasn't changed much. So is this one? The question is, right? Is it AB into a truncated C here? And then we've done 3. I have to do it like that, right? So are we doing it that way? Well, the bitch of it here is you could count it either way. Right? You could do it this way because you got a clear 3 here. This is not the prettiest start, but I think we've counted this to where you could. You could kind of. I think there's a diag in here that works, right? So I think the safer bet here is to go 1, 2. So this is essentially a 3. I think we had to do a WXY here to finish this.
Mike for me.
Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a fucker, right? So you gotta do. Oh shit! I remember this. We haven't looked at it for a while. So you're kind of stuck with this, right? There's oh shit! How did we do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you complete here, and then you get this. I can't remember what that was. Interest rates. Or some Fed decision. Something about. I can't remember what caused that. But you're stuck here because of the completion of the 5, and then the depth of the retracement. So you got to go. You got to deal with that. So then you come back and you think, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that might influence. But then you got to turn this into a. I suppose you can do it. Let's label it that way. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That I think that maybe that's how we did it. Geez, I haven't been here for a while looking at gold. 1, 2, because this is your fucker, right? And there's a clear impulse there. Oh, and I think this actually was pretty good here if we do it this way. 38, up we go. No algo target. Clearly some sort of 4-ish behavior. Okay, right. Who, right, you can look there. Who's selling there? Right, not a professional. Okay, so there's 4. Now, what are we doing there? What do we got here? That's the shit you wait for. God, good God. Talk about a nice order block. Holy shit. Into it. 1. I got to do a diag there? It looks like we might. A, B, C of a 1. So it looks like we got so far you kind of left me hanging out here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We need it to overlap. If that's going to play that way. I don't think it's 1, 2, 1, 2, but fucking it could be, right? That looks like an ABC. So there's a little 1, 2 in here, 3, 4, 5. So that looks like a good 3. So now if we come into a 50, this actually is not a bad setup for a buy, right? So we know in a diag, right, the area of interest would be at the 50. You got a little structure here to play with. You might get something in here. All right, so if Bitcoin's not going to be the hedge to inflation, right, we can always look back to gold. Oh, I think that looks pretty good, actually. So we'd have a nice... I want to do it this way. Now, so this is kind of what I was talking about with the with James' chart. This is a leading diag, right? So if this is 3, 4, and we're going to go into a 5, well, this is a good start for the, well, I should note here, right? So this would be the opposite, right? So we'd rather have a contracting. So if this is going to be a leading diag, well, your thought would be, oh, it's the 1 of the 5th, not the end of the 5th. Which is, oh shit, come here. Oh fuck, what did I just do? I just did something. There we go. Okay, is that even possible? If this is 1, 2, if this is the 1 of the 5th, boy, the 5th is going to be way the fuck up here. Well, some gold bulls will like that. If it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which actually looks pretty clean. So let's just think about traditional Elliott, length of the 1 projected from the proposed 4. Well, here would be the 100, right? So I mean, fuck, we could, right? Nothing says like there's no magic. It's just not probable. So could we go that high? Come up here. If we finish it there, is that going to be the 5? Pardon me, is that going to be the 5 at this degree? Well, how would you know? Right, that's the question. Well, how would you know? Well, you wouldn't. There's no way to know. You'd need the context of what comes off of that. Right? So if this is done, right, so if we complete the 5 here, your expectation is that something corrective comes off of this. So if you got a 5 coming up, well, fuck, I suppose you could have an ABC, right? So you could be thinking for an ABC into a 2. So the 1, 2, 3 is what you'd be thinking, but only because it's a leading diag. Otherwise, the 1 from the 4 right to the 100 would make perfect sense. But it's because it's a leading diag, I'd be looking for another leg up, right? If it presents itself. Now, fuck, nothing says that that could be it, and we're down here to challenge the 1. We're retracing the full thing. So all we've got is just historical precedent, right? And patterns that are prone to repeating. That absolutely, positively could be the 5. No way to know until you see what happens, right? There's just no way to know, no way to clarify, right? So it doesn't mean you can't trade it. It just means there's no way to be definitive about what's coming. And the only thing to guide you is leading rather than contracting or ending. So good one, right? If that's the case, boy, gold's really going to have a interesting couple of years, right? Well, if gold is doing that, what's Bitcoin doing? And that's generally a question. That's not that I know. That's just a question. If gold is reaching these kind of highs, if we're up over $2,000 and in the 2,600, what is Bitcoin doing? Interesting. Will be interesting. There's no way around this other than to just wait and see. So certainly the idea of longing here at the 50 would be something to consider. we have an order block in there? Let's see, something you could lean on. Well, you would in there. You'd have this. That's pretty big. Last down before the up, but of course you're going to have another one down here. But that's not going to look as good for the diag. So this actually, right, come into that order block. If you get a decent reaction there, that could actually just be beautiful. A, B, C, A, B. It looks like that's technical as well. All right, so coming in for the 4, right? So we've got an algo here that's already fired. I mean, you can see what happened. Not hard to figure it out, right? So here's the algo, right, in play, right? They made it easy. First, look here, first little reaction at the 50. This is the most common thing you'll see. Little reaction as it starts selling there up to the 618, right? That's where they bring it on, right? I fucking cannot. I showed this to. I don't know how anybody. You know, I mean, there it is, right there, waiting for you. Why is that? Why? I'd be willing to bet there's 0 people on the call here that are short, on this live stream that are short here. Why is that such a? It's a great trade, right? So easy in hindsight, right? I'm very conscious of that. But why is that such a hard trade to take, right? Because the market's, what are we going here from 1800 to 2000, right? That's what makes that so hard, right? The best trades are the hardest to take. Because, right, remember, what we teach at Trade Devils is retracement trading. So there it is, doing exactly what you want. It's coming right back to, oh God, maybe it'll go to the golden zone, right? And then you're scared to take it. Even though, right? So you understand why you want to take that. Why? And this is, we kind of talk about this a lot, right? Where I say, look, you don't have to be right more than you're wrong. You absolutely, that is not a requirement for trading success. It's not. It is absolutely not. But you've got to be able to take the hard trades here where the risk reward is so good there. That's why you take that trade. Not because, oh shit, it's look at what I'm risking to my potential reward here. And this, if we're talking SMC, your target would be because this would be the week low, right? So if we're gonna, now the algo target, now you add in, now you start combining things. Oh, okay, well, I got an algo target. I got a 50. I'm looking for a diag here. I know the 4 highest probability location is at the 50. It has to overlap the 1. So I've got all the conditions coming right in here. So if you didn't take this one, which I'm guessing nobody did, or shit, I wasn't looking at it, but there's a great example of what you're waiting for. Now, how many of you, having just heard me say that, are going to be down here willing to do this? Right? That's what you've got to do. Well, oh shit, man, I can't buy that. It's coming straight down. I can't sell it. It's going straight up. Tee it up. Right? You don't right? You don't even need to do this, right? I'd rather take the loser here. I'd much rather get stopped out here take the loser, a small loser that's not going to ruin my day or my year, and see, okay, if it rolls over again, if I come down here, well, now I got to see, what did I get here? What have I got? Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Oh, then I might be interested, but not to just buy the falling knife. I'm going to want to see the little reaction so I can tuck in there. There's the trade, right? Now, why do I like that trade? Same reason, because I could do it with such little amount of risk. For okay, what's that going to tee up? 11 to 1. Here's the hard part of that trade. Not the entry. The entry is not hard. Right? Now, it is a little bit emotionally. Shit, the thing's coming down. And fuck, we're already at 1,800. I can't buy that. It's staying long all the way. That's the hard part. That's what we talked about this a lot. You've got to let those run. Or you lose, right? Then you're getting, shit. I mean, 3 to 1 is not a bad trade, but you need the big ones. So, and why wouldn't you do that, right? Look at the pattern you're trading. You're trading for this diag to complete. You got an algo target. You've got the pattern. Everything's been a series of 3s. If you finish this with a zigzag, you come to the golden zone, all the structure, you got the overlap. I mean, everything there says, I got to fucking buy it. I have to buy that. If you're not buying that in the same way that you're not selling this, what the fuck are you doing? What are you waiting for? You waiting for it to be safe? Oh, I can buy it now. It's safe. When does retail think it's safe? When it's going up. When it's going up, right? This is when retail wants to buy it. Oh, it's going up. I can buy it. Happens every day by the millions and millions of trades. Can't buy it till it's safe. Right? Well, I can't buy it. It's going down. I can't sell it. It's going up. Right? You're making my point there. Right? If you want to trade on the side of retail, right? Because I guarantee their retail traders are buying that. Why? Partly because it's going up, but because they have no fucking idea that golden zone is there. They don't know there's an algorithm there that they're going to buy straight into. Right? And look what comes off of it. How do I know it's an algorithm? Look what came off of it. You think that's coincidental? Sure you it's not. Okay, let's keep going. Frayed 57. Oh, always good to see some work from Frayed. He always puts up good content. All right, what do we got today, Frayed? We're going to Solano. All right. Solano can't get off its back. But what are you thinking here? All right, I have this up somewhere. I was just looking at this. Okay, so let's see what you got here. So, oh, demand zone, nice. Okay, so we're coming into, so this one, he's got a little order block marked off here. Okay, so we're coming 1, 2, 3, 4. So we completed up here and we're in the correction. All right, let me just hide that for a second. We are in log on a 4 hour. So we've gone W, X, Y, X. We're looking for the Z. Okay. Let's dig in there a little bit. That seems to make sense. Good work, Fred. Everything is labeled, everything accounted for. Right? So he's right. So why do I say it? Because he's put the time in here to work through every little swing, right? So it's clearly something he's trading or looking to trade. Well, here's your classic leading diag, right? Here's the leading diag, right? That's just what we're talking about here. We've got several trades here where this is leading, right? The implication is more down to come, right? Leading diag. So we get the leading diag A, B on, ooh, nice. So we got 1, 2, 3, triangle, 4, 5. That's sexy work. A, B, C into the X. Nice. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Big extension in the fifth. That plays. Oh, kind of an ugly A, but I would label it the same way. 5 completes. There's the B. 1, 2. We finish with an impulse down. Nice. Another impulse up. A, B, C for the X. So just because it's so we can see it, just used to these colors. Okay, so we've gone W, X, Y, X. Looks like the A is in. Okay, so looks right. So he's tracked this thing. It's like you're a hunter. You're tracking it. Where are the tracks? Where did it go last? Oh, where's it going to go next? Well, it's looking for water, so it's going to go down. Carry that analogy forward. Okay, but that's what you're doing. You're essentially a big game hunter, right? You're tracking it. That's what every swing he's identified here. Footprints. What's it doing? What's it doing? Where's it going? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so what did we get there? So that's got to be our A, because we're looking for an ABC. So we missed one label here. So let's go A, B. Oh, it's looking for a big C. So let's take that up a degree or 3. All right, so we got an A. Well, see that, right? So this is why you do it, right? So I know, and I'm acknowledging this. There is a large percentage of the new traders coming into the market that are absolutely not willing to do this work. They don't want to do it. So they look at this and they go, well, why do all of that? Why do all of that, right? All I care about is what's happening over here. Well, I guess it's a choice you have to make about how you want to approach the market. But I would tell you, right, if you're willing to put that work in, your degree of confidence, if nothing else, your conviction in pulling the trigger is so much higher than if you're just marking out of, oh, here's a little support, here's a little resistance, let's just let it rip. The guys willing to put the work in are, if I had to bet on a team, right, those are the guys that I would stay with. Not that there's not value in adding in some of the things we talked about, the market structure and smart money concepts, but it's to complement, not to replace. Making that distinction, right? Because I don't want there to be any lack of clarity as to why we're introducing this. It's just to complement, not to replace, right? So we've got an A, a B, and a C. So we know we've got a reasonable target down here. So here's the setup for it. Now, so this is a nice, great example, Fred. So he's using a little of the ideas we've introduced. Okay, so let's Oh, just for fun here. Let me, do I have, maybe he's got it in here. Here, no, let's just put it on there just out of curiosity. Oh, let's go. Let's get our SMC on here and see what it looks like as we come down here. Okay, so I've got just focus mode on. And do I have any order blocks on? Here, give me a second. See what I've got here. Let's go order Bs and flip zones. Okay, so let's see what it looks like here. So here he's, oh, maybe that's gonna be confusing to people that aren't familiar with this. Let me just take off the flip zones because that's a whole nother training we got to do. Okay, so here's the order block as he's got it set right here. All right, so it looks like we've had a little retrace since then. So you're coming, well, let's see. So here, the order block is right here. This is the last up before the down that broke structure. So that you see it. Oh, come here. Here, God damn it, trading view. Here's the break of structure right here, right? So when it breaks that, now it leaves behind. It's the last up before that down, before the break of structure. That's the requirement for in this case, what would be a supply zone. It's the requirement for it because we're looking to where's the last pivot, where's the last swing high before the break of structure. So just in the same way here, we've got one here because there's the change of character. It broke that structure, right? Now here's the bigger one. Here's the big break of structure here, right? So clearly the trend is down. We're retracing into that order block. Right, so here, if you wanted to try and get the premium, oh shit, I don't know if you guys have, I know members, many of the members have watched the content I put out. If not, get over to our YouTube channel. You can, there's lots of training on this. So if you wanted to come in right here, right, and try and get into the premium zone, right, above the 50% of that order block here with the stop, oh, looks like his stop would be right here. Now I think he's got that mislabeled. I think what he wants to say there is supply zone, not demand zone, with the market underneath it, right? So that could, I'm guessing that's afraid it's just a mislabeling there. So let's put that right there. So he's got everything else ready to go. So where would the target? Well, the first target would be the first low, right? We get through that. Now we're using some Elliott Wave projections because if this is the B and this is, we're in the process of putting in the 1. Well, actually, let's see. Here, maybe I fucked this count up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's go down to a 2 hour here. See how that count looks. All right, so you see how there's just adding the breaks of structure here it doesn't change anything with regards to the Elliott count. 1, 2, 3, 4 break of structure. Here we go. Okay, break, break, break. So I can see right here I'm in a downtrend. Now I'm retracing. I'm retraced back to an order block. Do I want to take that trade? Well, I don't love the look of this impulse, right? Look, this is what we'd have right here. 3, 4, we're going for 5. Okay, it's not terrible, but that's not the one you're looking for. Really. So then I'd look at this and say, can I finish this down here? Are we done? 3, 4, could I be done down here? As in maybe 3, 4, 5, because the size of this move here looks to me like something completed. Now we're correcting it. Right? Or, right, what's the alternative, right? We're changing the trend. But in order to break the trend, we'd have to go get, this is the strong low. So currently this is the strong low. So we're going to have to go break that high if we're going to reverse the trend. Interesting, on the 2 hour, that is the strong low because we didn't get a close below this low, that's why. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my guess is that's in, all right? So we'd have to put it this way. So the 1 is done, and I partly, I kind of harp on this. I want my impulses to be all self-contained, right? I don't ever want to be doing this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Just to be ridiculous about it, right? I want them all self-contained within that channel not because it's prettier, it's because I have more conviction that the 5 is done here, right? Elliott channeling is a cornerstone of the whole approach, right? It's just as important as the labeling. Okay, so if I'm done here in a 1, well, I'm looking for a 3. All right, let's just put the whole thing together. All right, so here, all right, so where am I looking for it? Look at that. All right, if that's the 1, now I don't have a classic, what I'd like here, an A, B, C. I don't have that. Market may not give me that. So we got a couple of things to consider here. Right now, let's see, let's try 30, see if there's any subdivision in that. It sure looks like a 5, right? So it doesn't look like it's... Can we label it? I think we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like that's trying to get done. We might have an overlap there. I think we do. Fucker. Maybe we have to do it this way. 1, 2, 3. Actually, that actually plays better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's the internal 3, 4. We're working on the 5 here. But this is the A. Right? If it's going to play this way, that's the A. We'll wait for the B, for the C. It sure looks like a 5. Right? So we're breaking structure along the way. Do you sell it here? Well, I don't think I would actually. I'd wait. I'd wait for give me this. This one I'm more inclined to sell. Right? I'd rather sell if this is the 1 and this is the 2, I want to sell into the 3 rather than try and trade the B, C. You know, it's a bit of a, we don't know what's coming here. Right? So I'd want, give me the B. Maybe I'd take a look at the long on the C, depending on what's happening here. But the trend is, right, where this is all, here's what we just did. Here, now we're correcting it. So what are we doing here? Here's a swing. Here's an internal retracement. It stays internal as long as we stay between those two pivots, right? So there's no reason to assume here at this moment in time that the low is in and we're going off to take that high. There's no reason to assume that. I got a 5 down. What's my assumption, right? Well, pardon me. I would say if I thought I was completing a count here, but per the way he's labeled it here and per the way the thing counts. Oh shit! We go all the way back to where we were, right? There's no suggestion that we'd be done here with anything. A, B, we're trying to get to the C way the fuck down here. So this lays out pretty nicely. Is like, okay, there's the 1. We're in the 2, right? For the 3, for the 4, for the 5, right? That's what you're trying to put together, right? And he's kind of doing it for us, right? He's giving us a nice trade planner. 1, 2. Where's the target? That would be the 1, 6, 1, 8. So my drawing is actually a little aggressive. I did something like that. 4, 3, 5 might be in this range, which would all be part and parcel of, okay, give me something like this. A, B, C. We'll see how that plays, but that's good stuff, right? Now, okay, so exact same example I just said. So the market's coming up here. Oh, well, maybe we're starting to turn around, right? Who's going to buy it there? Right? None of you guys. I'm sure of it, right? I'd like to think, right? You guys are not going to buy it right off of that pivot, right into a golden zone. Can I make that assumption you're not going to do that? There are definitely times where it's done that, right? That's never what I'm saying, right? Don't do it. It'll never break it. That's never what I'm saying. It's just that's a horrible place to enter. It might do that. Yeah, you might win the lottery today too if you buy a ticket. Okay, maybe. Why? That's just stupid trading. Why be stupid? So when it gets there, if you know it's there, what are you doing? Oh, I know it's so strong it's going to break it. Otherwise, the only person who's buying there is someone who doesn't know that that's there. That's the only possible explanation. Nobody's going to buy right into an algorithm. They're not going to do it, right? It's got 2 cents or two brain cells. You just wouldn't do it. Why? It's low. There's no reason to do that. Why is retail going to do it? Oh, because it's going up now. All right, Fred, what else we got? RUNE. Okay, these are a couple of regs from you. RUNE. Oh, this looks better already. At least it's opened up a little bit. Okay, so let's copy that. Hang on a second. I'm here. It's just, God, man, I don't know for you, Monty, but it's pouring rain here. All right, RUNE.
Poured all morning here. It's
yeah, I've got a torrential downpour now. Okay, this, oh, how nice to see a clean count, something that's got some separation. Oh, this is good work. This is good work, Fred. And again, once again, right, he's done the work, right? He's done the work. Fuck, it's not that hard. Okay, all right, so let's put the little effort in. Oh, it's only my money I'm risking. Maybe I'll put a little effort into it. Nice job here, Fred. This is really well done. Okay, so we don't have to wonder about what this is, right? Clear impulse off the low. Well, let's pull back a little bit. Let's see where we are here. Okay. Even all of this he's done, right? It's treating it professionally, right? Not like, oh, we'll fuck around. Oh, let's draw a few lines. Well done. WXY into the low here. Nice. I mean, all the ingredients here for the trend change were there, but you see, this is good. This is really nicely done. It's a clear zigzag here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, how'd we finish this? How'd we do that? Oh, okay. So it can't be. Oh, afraid you lost me here. Where'd we go? Okay, so we're gonna go WX. Can't finish there. So your implication must be that the Y's got to come over here. Or I'm missing something. I'm missing a label. WX can't finish that way. So how could we do it? We could do ABC, right? So I think he just got a gerb on that. I think you got a little error on that. A little brain fart. Right, sorry, I do them too. Okay, so if this is X, we got to finish in a 3. So I'm just going to relabel this for him. Unless, Fred, I don't know if you're on or not. Unless you're thinking that's A, B, C, but that doesn't make sense, right? So it's got to be just he missed the label. Okay, so let's do it this way: A, B, C. So I can get a good Y down here, right? So we got to be 3, 3, 3, 3. It's certainly. Oh shit! How would I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, 5. I'd do it like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That works. Okay, so we got our Y here. So impulse, that's going to be 1. Right here, I'm tooting your horn, man, and you left me hanging there. Oh, fuck me. Come here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go up. Okay, that's not like you, so it makes me think I'm missing something. Okay, 1, 2. Where are we? Well, we've had a ripping impulse, and then we've got well, it's not the best looking 3. So are we done here? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm with you there. 4, looking for that to come down. Okay, goddamn, this sets up nicely. RUNE. I can't remember why they've got a big following, but I know they do. They're solving a problem. Okay, 1. Can we get this done down here? Well, so here's a classic. You see all of these lows here, right ahead of the golden zone here. So where's our? Oh, this is probably your order block here. So, whoops. I want you down here. That's interesting. So this looks to me like that's in SMC language. This would be inducement, right? So you've got all of these lows down here that are. So where are the stops going to be? Right down here. So thus I like the 4 into the 5 to come down here and get all those lows, right? So you sweep all the stops here and then you go, right? Leaving this here is often interpreted as inducement so the uneducated, right? Well, maybe that's the wrong way to say it. Those that don't know the theory here would think, oh, lows are in because we didn't break those, right? But more likely they're yet to be swept, right? And then you come down here, and that would put you into the golden zone. So this actually sets up pretty nicely. Oh, we've got a 50 here with a target. Oh, where's your target? Oh, let's see. I gotta get it put on there. Oh, let's see. So this is the 3. So this is your alternate, right here. Okay, so A, B, C. Okay, I'm going to take that off. Okay, 38 for the 4, down for the 5. Here's, you got your algo target right here. You don't really want it to break the golden zone here. Let's, let's try that one. Well, shit, I guess you're stuck with it, right? You can't. Oh, you don't really want it to be here. But we're trying to finish here. So how can we get this done? It'd have to be A, B, C. Right, Fred, so I'm assuming, right, per the way you have it, that's what we'd prefer to have this be the 2 in at the golden zone. That's what we'd like to see here. All right, if we can get it. So we don't really want this to be the 4. We want this to be the B. Oh, okay, let's revisit this. Okay, so let's put the, oh fuck, do we have to truncate there? No, we could double bottom it. Let's do it that way. So let's go 3, 4, 5. Actually, maybe I want to do it here. All right, I'm gonna pick this apart. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There, that's a good 3. 4. Okay, we're gonna have to live with that. Okay, fuck. This might be hopium. All right, you don't really want that, right? But in terms of setting up the trade, you don't really want it that way. If this is A and this is B and this is going to be C, it's not ideal. Oh, let's get you out of. Get you a green. Right there, I can. Well, if we roll over here, I suppose it's tradable. I would take it, right? So this, I don't know if he did that or I did, but that's what you're looking for right there, right? I think he did, right? So if we come into that for the C, for the 2, and anywhere in here, well, there's 707, right? So anywhere in this range here would be interesting. It's not the way you'd like it, right? But so one more down here looks pretty interesting. But this, I would absolutely want to see this, right? Give me a 5 here on some degree. What am I on? 4, so all right, give me 1, 2. Does this look any better at a smaller degree? Not really. Jesus, that doesn't look great. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be the key to it, right? You're going to have that. So I might do it this way. Tee him up that way. Oh, looks, actually, I think you gave me 3. I think you did, didn't you? You gave me 3. So I'd have three targets. So I might do it that way. So I might split them. Something like that. So you're going to get, so you have to think about your size here, right? How much do you want to ultimately end up being in, right? What percentage of your capital? Well, that looks pretty good. This is not much of a B. So so here's, if it's me here, I'd go light on this just to see what I get come out of here. Do I get this? And if I do, well, okay, so that would be, I think, the more strategic way to do it, right? So if I get a 3, 4, and a 5, okay, well, great. Okay, so I've got a good chance I got my 2 is in. Now, I might start bringing these up a little bit because the implication would be, oh, okay, 1, 2, well, that's not going to be anything other than but the right, most likely the start of the 3. So 1, 2, now I'm looking for 3. That's probably how I'd approach that. So I'd maybe 30% of what I wanted here at this entry. anticipating this is going to come back. So then you got to make a decision. Do I want to take profit here? If you complete a 5 up here, and you can kind of see, oh shit, okay, well there's a bunch of stops up here, right? So liquidity grab, and we bring it down for the 2, and you can kind of see how that whole thing would come together. And okay, well now I have another golden zone here, so off we go. Maybe we're after this over here. You're going to have to get through this one on the way up, right? That's always, right? We can't, well, look what happened here, right here. Nothing happens till you get through that. That will be the defense. That's actually a pretty nice setup. But it has to get this first. Good one, Fred. Good. All right, we'll see how that's going to be a good one to watch. Okay, so now I got, what is this, Chromium? I know this one. There, so let's make a copy here. All right, this looks better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also, right? Nice to get a completed impulse here. And we're working through this correction. So this is not hard to figure out. Here's an impulse. We're correcting it. Elliott 101. ABC into a W, ABC into an X. Looks like we got, he's going to take the short side here. All right, so trade targets are not in log. Okay, so, shit. Okay, so let's come out of here. Here is, pay attention to this because I'm seeing this now. I'm seeing this all over the place. Futures market as well. Wicks going through the 65, but no close beyond. In fact, I'm going to tweak our indicator that it doesn't abandon it. It doesn't take off the chart unless there's a close above, because I'm seeing that now very, very consistently. So something to watch for. Don't abandon it. Or if you were waiting for it to break, a wick is not a break, right? It's got to close above, and then for a clean break. No shit, what are we doing here? So we're going A, B, W. That's clearly a 3, and we're coming down in a 5. Okay, so we're seeking this A here. Let's go put you in yellow. That'll work. 1, 2. There's the internal impulse. Nice work. A, expand the B. Right there it is again. Lots of expanded Bs. We see this all the. God damn! I think I've talked about this on Friday. All those 3s and finish the little rollover and then pop. Right, we're seeing it very consistently. Looking for another one. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we're not going to be done here. That's just the A for the B. So he's right. So that's filling in a lot of gap here. Right, you don't know what you've got here, and you don't know how far it goes, and then what does it look like. But if we get that, right, he's ready for it. Plays in perfectly with the broader count. There's no impulse in here, right? Well, here's the last impulse we had here was to put the top of the 1 in, right? All of this other stuff, all the impulses are down. Right, so it's just an easy way to go, okay, right, again, right, if you're new to Elliott, all right, slow down. Okay, where are the 3s, where are the 5s? Okay, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. I'm being, I don't mean to be condescending, right? I'm just count them. Okay, right, where are they? A lot of times if I approach a chart, the first thing I'm looking for is, okay, where are the 5s? Or it can be easier, actually, sometimes to say, where are my corrections? Where are the 3s? And where are the corrections that are deep enough to be meaningful? Okay, once you get a few 3s, then all of a sudden the 5s will start to pop out at you. Oh, well, fuck, okay. Well, because look at this. There's a lot of complexity here, but all that is a 3. It's just a 3, right? We did a 5, there's the 3. Oh, we're going to do a double, right? Looks that way. You can't confirm it, right, until we break this low. But sure looks like that's 5, 3. Oh, well, I didn't get a 5 here. So process of elimination, right? It's not over yet. Another 3. Well, how do we connect them? With an X. A, B, C. Same thing, right? This would be your, it's kind of really getting deep down there. we go out to a 12 here and we get that. Well, here's your golden zone. I mean, you might be, as you said, right? The targets are bigger and out of log, right? So yeah, I was going to say your targets here, you could be more aggressive on those targets. So what, 14 to 1, 12 to 1, those are pretty good. Look, okay, just look at it. Look at the risk reward. Isn't that what we're after here? Now, understand, when you have stops like that, you're going to get stopped out much more often, right? What's the key to that, right? You're making a deal with yourself. Okay, I'm willing to take the little hits here, but I'm going to be prepared to go back in. All right, you got to be able to pull 2, 3, sometimes 4 times, right? If you're going to be tight with the stops. What's the key to success in trading? Little losers, big winners. What's the problem people have? They take a lot of little losers and then they get a winner and they just close it out because they're like, oh, fuck, I just needed a winner. Oh, something, right, to get back. I needed to get back half of what I just lost there. Whereas if you just stayed with the thing, you'd have turned a profit on the whole experience. But this is what people do, right? They go, oh, fuck, I needed it, man, because I lost money there, so I had to try and get back to even. No, that's not the point of it. You did all this work to set those trades up here. Okay, all right, you got fucked around a little bit here. It's going to happen, right? Everybody in the market, you know what their goal is? To separate you from your money. So you can't be freaked out like, fuck, these guys keep getting me up here, right? Well, you better be prepared to go again. Because I promise you, I can absolutely fucking guarantee it. The time you don't pull the trigger is the time it does that. And now you just cluster fucked your whole head. You just completely fucked yourself because now you're like, oh my God, I knew it was going to go down. I knew it. These motherfuckers, you're blaming everybody but yourself. Right? What was the problem, right? You got scared of it. You scared money. You've heard me say this before. Scared money. You can't be scared in here, right? Or you'll do just what I'm describing. Oh, fuck, I was up to $100. I had to grab it. You cannot be fearful in here. It's like, I use that analogy just because of what comes to my mind. It's like trying to ski powder, right? You can't do it slowly. You have to let the skis run or they won't turn. You have to get in here and let the thing run. It's good work, Frade. Very professional approach, right? Everything well done. A trading plan, great risk reward. He put the effort in. Solid professional trading. Oh, George, what do we got? Okay, all right, I got back-to-back. What is he giving me? Okay, I got the dollar, and then I got Bitcoin. Okay, so I think he sent this to me earlier. All right, George, what are we thinking? Well, everybody assumes the dollar's going up, right? That is the consensus. Interest rates are going up, so the dollar's going up. Okay. All right, what are we looking at? Oh, fuck, a 3-day. All right, 1, 2. Well, let's see, George. Okay, I gotta back up here a little bit because we can't, this can't be the 2 here. So, okay, George, so I'm assuming, right, I know, Elliott's new to you, right? So if this is the start of the 1, this is, there of all the rules that cannot be broken, that would be the biggest, right? The 2 cannot be below the start of the 1. So let's see, do we have enough history here? Okay, so this part of the count is just fine, but this, we can't have that. Okay, so ABC here is solid, right? So everything's good here. This is a good impulse. This is a good correction. This is a good start to it. All right, I just force a habit. I always do that, right? So we can see the overlap. So we know, right? So all the more why you'd be inclined to think, okay, well that looks like a good candidate for the 5 because if you wanted to put the 4 here, well, you can't do it, right? So now now you're thinking diag and just, could it be a diag? Well, fuck, yeah, I guess it could. It kind of fucks you up a little bit, actually, because this is a good-looking 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Frustrating. Just out of curiosity, could we snake it through that way? A, B. Oh, fuck. I'm force fitting there. No, you can't do it. That's the one. So that's a fucker, right? So that's annoying, right? You see, that's a good example where you go, fucking Elliott Wave is a, god damn it, I want to, right? Trust me on this, having done this for a long time. If you go, oh fuck it, I'm calling that the 3, right? Because that's a 5 there. That will come back to bite you in the ass, right? I've done it before, right? Follow the rules, right? There's a reason. People only been trading it for what, 90 years. What do they know? Okay, so there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C into the 4 here. Okay, let's come out of the 3-day. Oh God, what are we doing in here? Okay, that's clearly a 5. That's a bit of a, you're gonna have to squeeze it in there. Okay, wait a second now. Let's label this up. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so that's not hard to spot. Okay, so that's got to be an A. This has got to be a B. This has got to be a C. So we have a flat here, it would seem. So, oh George, I'm just gonna try and go along here. Okay, so that's got to be an A. I'm kind of labeling on the fly. That sure looks like a flat, doesn't it? What is there something I'm not seeing here? Why that wouldn't be just a fucking textbook, like can't script it any better flat? Oh, pardon me, because this would need to be 3. So is it a zigzag? So would we 5, 3, 5, right? So excuse me. So that is a zigzag. Oh fuck, I suppose we could wedge it in. No, that's a 5 all day. So we got to go with a zigzag here. So a zigzag, slight truncation in the C. Okay. So what did we just do there? Is that the 2? Or is this an X? Well, let's just hang on here. Okay, so this, oh shit, come here. Let's go back to the 3-day. We got to label it. All right, let's come down to minuet. Okay, so let's call that the 1. That's the 1. We're seeking the 2, right? I don't know if we have it. Let's put that white and we'll take you up. All right, so we got a 1. Is that the 2? Well, it looks more like a flat, right? Because a zigzag, you'd expect the C to come lower. But that you can't work around that 5. That's a 5 all day. Okay, so unless we're doing something, unless we're doing a triangle, I suppose we could be. Oh, pardon me. No, we couldn't, because that would be a 2. Nope, no triangles in the second. All right, I'm trying to look for something else that's going on here, because that is an unusual looking zigzag, but there it is nonetheless. Okay, so let's go, let's get in there. What do we got, 4 hour here? All right, I know, right, this is Monty's magic in here, but just so I can see the chart a little bit, I'm going to hide those. Oh, shit, what are we doing here?
Rude.
I know, only because I can get in there. All right, they have to come back on Wednesday for you to explain to them how the market responds to those levels. Okay, so there's a 1, 2, woof. Okay. Actually, all I'm going to do here is just change the template here, just so we keep it. So I can see a little bit better in there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, this is good work. I don't know what we're doing here. What's with the blocks of color? I don't know what that's all about. What is that? I'm not sure what you're up to there, George. Okay, so 1, 2. That's a good looking 1, 2. Well, this is interesting, right? So here, this is just to show you, right? There's no absolutes here. That's a contracting diag. Yeah, there's a contracting diag right here, right? Which is not what you'd expect to lead off. Right, so I guess more rules or more guidelines than rules, because that's a contracting diag, but that's a 1 all day. A, B, C, 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 right? So that's a contracting diag to start it out. Rip and impulse, beautiful impulse. Let's see what the range was there. I do this partly out of curiosity, partly to show you guys to get in the habit of doing it, right? So measure the fucking thing. Okay, so 1, 2. Well, oh, look at that, right? Well, that's we get the internal here. So it looks like we're going 2618 here for the big one. So this is a ripping 3 in the dollar. All right, what is all this, right, that we just had, right? So last week as the markets were tanking, right, there's the dollar ripping. I'm not sure what's up with the colors. I'm not sure what he's doing there. Okay, so are you thinking down, then up, then down? I guess that's what he's thinking. Okay, I'm getting color codes. And all right, it's an interesting thought. Okay, I got you. Okay, so looks like that sure looks like a finish, like a screaming finish. That's good work right there. Right, good work there, George. Okay, so an expanding triangle in the fourth, right? Very well done. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you get that on your own, or did James M help you with that? That's good work if you did. Okay, so there's the 3. Look at that geometry hold. You think that median line is important to the market? How about just look how that frames the market? Amazing. Okay, so do you want to be a seller here? Well, so why try and pick the top, right? It's just like I would tell you, don't try and pick the turn, right? So let's at least get a lower high, right? Something along those lines. Right now, it's just game on, straight up. Even if we go to an hourly, is there any signs of that slowing down? 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B. Damn. George, you've been practicing or reading or studying or something, right? It's some of the best work I've seen you put up. This is very, very well done. Okay, so we're going up here to 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, looks like that's good. But it's just this keeps going, right? So I mean, you could have thought the 5 was in here, right? But we keep going. So why try and pick the turn, right? There's never a reason to do that. At least wait for the lower high. Why do I say that, right? Because if I'm gonna same thing, right? It's because the name of the game is risk control, money management, right? The trading, the TA, right? You hear me say this a lot. That's the easy part. This is the fun part. Can I solve the puzzle? Can I solve the puzzle? I got these pieces, I got these rules, I got these guidelines. Can I solve the puzzle with those components? Right? That's the attraction to it, right? You have to love the puzzle. Otherwise, you wouldn't even consider going into Elliott Wave, right? It'd be too complicated. Like, fucking, hey, forget it. What, 23 corrections? Forget that, right? You're drawing lines. But if you're willing to do the work here, you get this. If you put all this effort in to nail it down, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to be right, but it just means that it's that much easier to pull the trigger here because you did all this work. I counted for everything. Does that fit? Oh, that works. That good. Oh, good. I can get my 3 there. Oh, look at that. I got a triangle in the 4 and it goes sideways here. I've got a 5 that finishes. Look at that rip into the 5th after a truncated. See, you did all this work. So you finally get there. Then you can let it run. And you don't get into this trade going, oh, fuck, I don't know, man. Shit, maybe it holds. I don't fucking know. I don't know where it is. What shit's going up. I better get out. Right? If you get into this now, you just chill. I did the work. Let's let the market do the rest. That does not mean that that's where that's going. It just means that that's the only way that I can think of that anybody can stay sane when they're trading. Because otherwise, you're checking it every 12 seconds. What did it do? What did it do? Oh, fuck. Oh, I better get out. Oh, I better buy it. Oh, shit, I'm going to reverse. That's not the way to trade. That's not fun. I would never do that. Why? Why have that stress bomb all the time? The point of all the effort here is so you don't have that stress bomb. Think about it. Right? Nobody likes to trade that way. Nervous, right? Again, scared. Money never profits. All right, George, we'll see what we get out of that. Oh, let's go all the way back.
He's replying on the.
Oh, is he? I know.
Yeah, so he said he got it on his own.
Good man. Well, then you've been practicing, right? That's really good work. Good work. But Jordan, I don't think he knew much Elliott Wave before he joined us, right? So it's great to see people having, breakthroughs, as in like, oh, he spotted that. Oh, good. So it's nice to see. Doing great stuff. This is some of the best work you put up. Okay, so that's all good. Now, if that's the case, we got to go to his Bitcoin here. We'll finish with that. Oh, fuck. I always do that. Where is it? Shit, you gave me a Bitcoin, didn't you? Yeah. It's in another chart. Here we go. Okay, so with the implication being that, well, possibly. Okay, let's try and put it all together. Okay, if the 2 is in here via this unusual zigzag, but it sure does look like we're going to have one. Unless we're going to go WXY, right? Which we certainly could. Just before I leave this, where do we get here? You can kind of see, maybe, right? We're going to come down here and come deeper because that's such an unusual zigzag to truncate. I mean, it happens, but if that went WX, I wouldn't be surprising. But right now, it's just a ripping 5, right? So it doesn't quite look like that's going to play. So I guess we're just going to get this unusual zigzag, but it remains to be seen, right? So what would cause the dollar to tank like that? Right? It's kind of hard to rationalize the thinking there unless some black swan event that we can't imagine comes through. Okay, so let me get so we're thinking bullish, right? So the implication of this is the one of the 3 going in. That's insanely bullish for the dollar. So let's come back. Oh, here, I'll just do it in a different tab so we can go back and forth. All right, what are you thinking on Bitcoin? Oh, I got to make a copy here. In the flat. Okay. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Is that him drawing that? I think it is. It looks like something I would draw. Okay, ABC flat scenario. The flat scenario is recognized, yet not the primary for most. Why not? Okay, so COVID low, right? It's 3. Okay, that's... Oh, okay, so it's a very reasonable question. I'll tell you why I'm not counting it that way. Although I may end up here because, well, so here's the, see, to me, I mean, again, it's just, this is blessing and curse of Elliott Wave, right? There's a lot of pros, but there's the big negative is that 2 traders can see 2 very different things, right? That's the negative to it. Doesn't mean that just because of that negative, right, that it doesn't bring value, because eventually, based on the result here, this can get relabeled. But to me, this is a zigzag, right? So it's 5, 3, 5. But can you work it as a 5? Well, kind of, I suppose, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you'd have to, I suppose you can, it's ugly. There's no subdivision in that. So you're just assuming because it's a wick that gets rejected, you're going, okay, well, it's the biggest move. Oh, here we are in log scale. Oh, so it would have to be 1 ABC into the 2. All right, so we come down here. It's kind of a, it's a liquidation wick. So it's not, that's all the more why I don't like it, because an impulse is with intention. This is stops getting run, or people getting liquidated. That's part of the reason that I think it's a 3. So thus, if it's 3, 3, 3, what are you thinking? 3, 3, right? So thus, right, just in terms of, 1, how long this is taking, right? It's not so much that I'm trying to defend my primary. It's just the thinking that goes into it. So if we're going sideways, right? So flat is certainly something to consider. But the subdivision here, in my view, doesn't quite work, right? I think that's a zigzag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 5. So if that's the case, it says triangle, right? At least that's what it says to me. Now, how is there any other way out of this? Oh, fuck. Well, I think James, actually, I liked his count a lot. George, your thinking is right on the money, right? So if this ends up being the 4 here, and we're going to go into a diag here, then we're going to be back here doing it just this way. Oh, fuck, I don't know if exactly this way, but this will be read as a 5, right? Because if we finish here, and this goes diag, that's what we're going to be doing. But here, so this is the conundrum of trading, right? So you have to pick a side and then wait for it to either be invalidated or more information to come in here where you go, oh, well, if that's a 5, well, so if we get a 5 here, it can't be a triangle, right? We need a 3 here. Oh, I suppose actually, well, I think you're right, right? So if this is the 4 here, you would trade it as a flat. Like, so you'd want 3, 3, 5, because it's just like I was just looking at on the dollar, saying, that doesn't look like a zigzag, right? Because it truncated the C, right? And typically a zigzag, that's going to come down lower, right? Considerably lower. You'd look for 100%, right? So that's right where I'm. Same reason I'm looking there, going, oh no, man. Now that would look like a flat, but again, right? It's a question of what's there. So could we have a diag going in here? Well, I had considered that, right? I had considered it as part of an ABC, right? To play into the 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 triangle. Still could play, right? If this is ABC, this could be ABC into the D. Well, let's see how that would play, just out of curiosity. Oh, that would put you into, well, that actually wouldn't, well, it would still work, right? If that was the ABCs, we couldn't go too much higher, right? Then the triangle blows up, the geometry blows up. So let's just look at this. Could this be right? I mean, why not? Why not? Well, okay. That's a 3. Oh shit. Let's see. Could we? You have to live with that, right? So because it sure looks like a 5, right? So we've been wrestling with the possibility of the truncation there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So, but now you're leaning into the 3 here. So is this a 3? Well, you can do it, but it's ugly. You know, so then it's where's the compromise? Bitcoin often requires a compromise. So it's hard to not see this, right? It's hard to not see that as a 5, right? Which would not fit with the diag. So how do you fix that, right? Or how do you reconcile that? Is probably a better way to say that. Well, that's such a clear finish. Fuck, you'd have to do it this way. You'd have to go A, B, C down here. That's probably a little big. And you're going to have to do it this way. And this is, you know, again, part and parcel. While I've been struggling with this pivot myself, right? So it's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boy, you wouldn't choose it because that looks like a 4, and then you can't really finish it. It's a fucker, right? 1, 2, look at the length of the 3 relative to the 1, right? So it doesn't quite have the right look. So since we don't know what we're going to get over here, you're just going with what's most probable. Right? Is that likely what we're going to end up with here? And then even still, right, you got to deal with a 3. Is that a 3, right? It gets... Oh, I'd probably do it this way. Actually, I would do it this way, right? I'd do it this way for the C, right? A triangle, B for the C of the 3. Okay, once again, here I think this is 3, 3, 5. So I'd be A, B, because of here's that, right? They look exactly the same, right? So this, right? That's not a 5. So that we can wedge into a 5, right? At least it's not as hideous. A, B, C into the B. So, okay, what do we got here? This sure looks like it's the 4, right? Whatever is going on there. Can you dig it out of there? Oh, fuck, can we? Come here. It ain't pretty. It looks like ABC, doesn't it? Sideways for the 4. Boy, that's brutal. Here, let me just wick this here. Even a 15-minute. Can we get that? Is there anything in there we can lean on? Boy, that's just so you'd have to call that impulsive. It kind of leaves you with not a lot of options there. Now, right off the bat, when I get to a point where like, that doesn't fit, that doesn't look right. So already in the back of my mind, it's no trade. If it's that funky, so Jesus, what do we even have here? You can't. There's no subdivision. Well, fuck. Is there a little 3, 4 in there? 3, 4. Maybe you can make it work. Okay, so let's look. Looks like we can, but it's definitely a 5. Jesus, can we do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. 3 might be the shortest there. Let's just double check. Oh, that would work. Okay, so there's a 5. 3. Ugh. actually is a higher high. Oof, well, that's ugly. Well, it's incomplete, right? You don't really have enough to know what we got here, right? The A, B, C. It's just slop. Oh, it does look like we can finish here with a 5. Oh, fuck. How are we going to get that done, right? You can see the 5 in here. So if I label that down at a 15-minute, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's a 5. So something could finish here, but I got a 5, and I don't have a good connector here. Unknown. Not enough info. Maybe a WXY in here if I'm going A, B, C, W, X, A, B, C, Y. God damn. It's a, you know, of course, the look of it and the wave structure is all off. A, B, you'd have to, there's a little double in there. A, B, C into the X. Boy, that's horrible. A, B, C. A, B, C. Jesus, that's terrible. But that's about all I can see in there that you'd have to work with. So you're trying to finish this here. A, B, C. That way. But W, X. Ugh. I wouldn't trade that myself. Right? It's too squirrely. Could be, I don't know. It needs more info. Maybe there's a WXY, XZ coming in. Well, there's not much you can do here. I've got something that happened here, and I'd be looking for anything up here to at least give me some guide as to, okay, well, that looks like that's a 5 going in. So if I'm coming up here, okay, maybe for the sell, so WXY. Jesus, you can't get an impulse in there. So WXY, XZ. Okay, maybe you can get away with that. For the C of the, no, let's try and put the whole thing back together. Where the fuck are we, what are we trying to do here? Right, we're trying to just finish that 4, right? And we can't go below this 2. Can we do it? Well, that would be a no trade for me. I'd be waiting. But it looks like it would have the room to do it. So it gets you the C of the 4 right there. You got this is, oh, that's interesting. What do we got there? I'm not sure what that is. Okay, A, B. Let's see what we get there. So that's actually pretty much in line with what you're suggesting. So there, we come up here for the 5. Okay, so there's the 1. We're back for the 2. Okay, that all plays, right? You might have it, George. So if we hold down here, so clearly this would be important. Where's the order blocks down here? We got anything we can lean on? Well, it's so hard to miss this one, right? You'd have that. No, pardon me. No, I want less down. So I would just use wick. All right, that's all down before the up. This is too big. So when the thing is that tall, right, rather than do that, right, I would just use wick only. Well, that could fly. Well, let's think about it, right? So here's the break of structure, right? Now we're coming back this way. Here's the next break that we get. Change of character that happens right here, right? So we get this little flip. Oh, probably ran into this order block right there, right? So A, B, now we're coming down for the C, right? You kind of want it to get down there if you can. Although you kind of got a wild card here because you got this massive wick here. So well, that's an 8-hour though. Fuck here. Oh, let's go to a 1 hour. You definitely wanted to take that out. What do we got in here? This is the low it can't break. Last down. Whew, that's getting gnarly. That's getting pretty tight. Okay, all right. That's a tough one here, Joe. I think this is just a whole lot of hurry up, and we got to get a little more info here as to what we're going to get. Oh, I guess the last thing here, we're just doing something like this. Looking for some geometry for a guideline. That's all it ever is, right? Can this guide us a little bit? All right, into something to come down here to get that 4, right? Might have to tweak with that a little bit and see if there's something better. That's the important low, though. Okay, I think that's a hurry up and wait there. Okay, we got a donation.
Yeah, we do. Ape USD.
Ape. Oh shit! I just was looking at this. Okay, so let me go. Oh, that's the copy here. So I guess I do it right here. APE USD. Any exchange preference?
I think Binance has the most in the.
Well, that we want it to the tether then, right? USDT.
Actually.
Yeah, there we go. It's got the highest. I think they rank it highest volume is always first.
Yeah, but
is there more history somewhere else?
Not really. So let me see. March 17th was Binance.
Robert, you have a.
So go ahead and do Bybit, the perpetual.
Bybit? Okay.
Because it doesn't have that ridiculous pump at the beginning.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I got. Well, it still has one, but I'm in log scale.
Well, it does, but not as big as.
Yeah, I don't need to be in log because the range isn't that big. Okay, I hate being in log. It's a pain in the ass. But
this being said, there is right now overnight a massive hack from the Bored Ape community.
Ooh.
Basically, their Instagram got hacked, and they posted a link on the Instagram that said something about minting. So if you went and clicked it, it cleared your NFT. So over 100 of the Bored Apes have been stolen from them. So that you might see a technical reaction up here, which this was my target from 11 up here at 18. So because I got in at 11 on the retracement. But yeah, just to know too that there's some fundamental stuff going on right now that is bearish.
Yeah, that's a shame. God, those fucking hackers. All right, so this is clearly right. All right, let's see if we can put something together here. Well, that's, of course, that's the black swan that you can't. There's no accounting for that. Well, look how technical this is. God, this is beautiful. All right, all of this. Whoa, Jesus Christ, you can't script them any better than this. All right. Demand zone retail. So here, oh God, what a great example. Oh fuck, I missed it. Nope, no, you didn't. Now, what's happening here? Is it safe? Is it safe? Or a bunch of supply going to come in here? Guess it was safe. One. I don't really want to go. That looks like that finishes. So I would, and you start with a 5 here. It's a diag. So I think you got to go this way. So here there's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, it's hard not to spot that. Let's take you up. Oh, come here. Get out of there. That thing's a pain in the butt. Get off there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we may not be done. Well, let's measure it, right? Same approach every time. That's the power of it. Well, length of the 1 projected from the 4. There's the 1618. You kind of want to finish it here. And you'd be looking for that. That is a B. Let's just check a couple of things, right? So it's really, what are we doing here? We're trying to see how solid is this as as an impulse. It's a little squatty body. And this is was mighty deep. A little squatty in the body, but as in we had a deep 2, and you wouldn't have a. See, okay. So right off the bat, I'm looking at this, going, okay. What I don't like here is the separation, right? So this is something because this is important to me in Elliott Wave. I don't want to disconnect too much here, but it looks like if I extend this here, oh fuck, come here. What do I want to do? Extend. It's not terrible. So we're self-contained here, so that looks like a good start on it, unless, well, of course, we could be going higher, but now with that negative news, because this looks like a 5 here. What do we got? That looks like a 5 too. Right, you can see it in there. Come here. Fuck, come here. Okay, so I got a clear 5 here. So what do I do with that? Well, of course, my first thought is that we finished here. Right, channeling contains it, and we're a little wonky here, but it's not terrible. Looks like a 5 as well, but we're getting pretty tight on the time. 5. Well, you're gonna have to play that as a 3. 2. Well, hang on a second. 1, 2. I don't want to go 4, 5. Definitely not. That's got to be the A. Man, that looks like that's a 5. God damn it. 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's an impulse, I think. I don't think did we overlap there? I can't quite tell. Look at that. Shit that does not happen randomly. Okay, so 1, 2, and looks like they're holding here, but it's a tricky one. That's not the right. So you look at here and you think, oh, okay, I got it. Okay, 3. Oh, there's 1, 2. Was that a 2? Because that's sure a 5. Really, you got one more swing than you wanted here. Oh, you're gonna have to live with that shit. I think we're stuck with that. God damn, how are you getting into a 3? Other than some sort of hit. Well, let's label it. Okay, let's see if we can figure this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How are we doing something out? Well, that looks like a 4 actually. So maybe we can do it this way. So that looks like a triangle. A, B, C, D, E, D, E into the 4 there. So, all right, we can get it. All right, little baby triangle in there. Okay, so we can keep an impulse coming down for. Fuck, can't get that to work, right? Fuck, what are you gonna do? A, B, C? You might have to. That's the only thing I can see to make that work. Now, that's all wick here. I might actually even put it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Truncate the 5. God, I hate doing that, but I don't see another way to solve that. That sucks actually. Right, and it's all going to be self-contained. I can see why you wanted a look at that. It's a very tricky one because that is a harsh 3. Right, I always say, right, rhymes with horse shit, force fit. But I don't see an alternate, right? So right now you're kind of stuck with that. That's a horrible ABC, but that's a clear 5, right? And it's an impulse. There's your 3. So how are we labeling that? Well, at this point in time, you're kind of, this is all you got. Okay. That would make me uncomfortable, right? So calling that my 2. 1, 2, but there it is. So I'd wick some of this stuff off just to keep an eye on levels that are going to be important. But even here, 1, 2, look how deep these go. 1, 2, all of them right here, all of them, right? They're almost blowing out the impulse, but then they're not. So if this is 1, 2, do we get an impulse here? Well, let's label it. This is what you got to start with. You need 5 here. 4, 5. Let's put that up there. I don't think that's quite there yet. Okay, so 1, 2. This is going to need to be 1, 2. You can't go 3, 4. So okay, that's the tricky one. All right, so let's get that labeled up there. Put you in white to match what we're working on. 1, 2. So we want to go 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh fuck! I hate going down below a 15-minute. I'd let that cook a little bit. This is a little unclear. So you're trying to get way the hell up here. So you're trying to get. So this, where'd you go? 1, 2, 3. This all goes off of here. We're trying to get that 3 right here. 1, 2, give me the 1, 6, 1, 8. Okay, I got 100, right? So I got a candidate here, but that's not, there's no impulse in there. I can't, oh fuck. I can't go 3, 4, 5. Well, maybe I can have a 1. Let's see. No, it would have to be a diagram. So 1, 2, A, B, C. I don't think it's cooked yet, right? So you're gonna. What you want here is one shallow 2, and then we need a bigger 3 here. So that's not quite there yet, in my view. I wouldn't buy it, right? Because you're not far enough. Right? So you'd be buying. Okay, but let's just review things we know. Where is the worst possible place to buy that? Right here. Who just bought there? Right. Retail. Okay, so 1, 2. We don't now. So let's see what we get comes out of here. Right? Do we get a deeper correction? If we do get a deeper correction, well then this count is going to get maybe a revisit. Oh shit! What's the alternate here? That this could be ABC, right? Maybe that's what you got here. That's a big B. Right. So this just needs more. There's not. They can't tell yet, right? It's not cooked enough. I need another swing to tell me what's next here. So that's as far as I would take that. I wouldn't be trading it until I got some sense of what's next. What's my swing? Oh, let's see. Oh, here just for fun. Here we'll throw on the. Let's throw on the SMC, see where the order blocks are. Let's see if there's anything here that's interesting. Okay, that's the strong low, or the swing high. Strong high, because this is the last pivot that gave me a change of character, gave me a low. So my order blocks are going to be down here. Oh, well, there's one here. Here, I've got it set to just mark them. Let's put them on there. Okay, so here I can take mine off. Okay, so we've got one here that just got tapped, right? So up, down, holds the support, gets tested twice. Now up we go. Now this one, that's not the one you want. You don't want the first one. I mean, fuck, it could be support, but you typically these will be broken. You want to come all the way back down. So if it does that, what would we have here? This looks like this. There's a potential for this to be some sort of an expanded B. Right, this looks like it could come back down here. Well, then you'd have your classic break. So we can see here on the 15-minute, the trend is up. Right, we can see looking at our count. Right, this was a big 5. This is the correction. Even though it's ugly, it's the correction. So here's the next 5. Here's the correction. But this we didn't get. You didn't get what you wanted here. Jesus, is there another? Unless. Maybe we have to go A, B, C and put the 2 here. And then this can be 1, 2, maybe that's better. You still have got you're kind of fucked here. Oh, A, B, 3, 4, that could work. That could work. Okay, 1, 2, because this being A, B, C into the 3 here, it's not much of a 4. Well, this one's just full of all sorts of challenges, right? So, let's see. I'd do probably from here. I'd want a regression channel on that. Okay, right. If I'm going to come out of that and correct something deeper, it's a tough one. All right. So this is how I would leave it, right, for you. All right. So this, if you get into trouble on this count, you're going to be back here revisiting that part of it, right? So because that's a very shaky 3. This is pretty good 5. This could go either way since we don't break this, but that actually might reconcile it better. So 1, 2, you're going to have to go dig a 3, 4 out of that. It's A, B, C. So you get at least you get a better 3 into the 2 here, coming off of a demand zone here. So double tapped. So if I were looking for the next trade, I'd want to see something like this come down here, and then I'd want to go on that. This is the swing low here, but this is the strong. So you need a break somewhere, right? Or otherwise you're going to want to buy all of these. This one I wouldn't, because it looks to me like something finished there. Okay, let's tee it up. Okay, if that's 2 and this is 1, well, you got nothing. Right. I mean, you don't want to get to the point where, I don't take it unless there's a demand zone there, but hell no, right? Well, what's the dominant pattern in the market, right? You're looking at it. Now, if you find an order block in line with a golden zone, then that's just more confirmation, right? That, that's a trade I want to look at. I mean, here, nothing says that we couldn't go to the 786, right, where you'd have that order block, right? It's in many of these trades, it's going to be a break of the golden zone, right? Because you're going to break it because likely the demand zone is going to be closer to the pivot low. So when you break the golden zone, you don't have to abandon the trade. It may just be what you'd be looking for here, but you'd want to see some sort of change of character, right? So you'd want to break that, come into the zone, the same kind of thing. I would just wait for the retest there. That's all. You got all sorts of challenges. This one, very tough count. So don't, I'm assuming you're probably in, but with that negative news, I wouldn't force anything here. Next test is going to be, okay, well, here's a 5, or maybe potentially a 5. If that negative news is going to cause a retrace, well, if we come down into some of these zones, what shape does it take? All right, so if this is 1, 2, and that's a 5, that's not the 3, that's the 1 of the 5. So the Elliott count here is actually quite bullish. If this comes down here and you get that, I mean, I would take a long, hard look at that right there. Well, this, right? Trying to get into that. 1, 2. That would be the 1 of the 3 at the highest degree. But I think that plays better as completed. So you'd want a deeper correction here. So that's where I would go next. All right, I think that's everything we got.
Hang on, I'm posting the chart that I want to have you post.
Okay.
Pull out.
You're going to DM to it? DM it to me?
I'm going to post it in the chat, so you can just click it there.
In the video chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm posting it right
under George's?
Yeah.
Okay.
But on the YouTube. So if you see where the donation was.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay, wait. So you're giving me this last one here that said P-shots, snapshot, that one?
Yeah. So click that and then show that. So that's kind of what I have. It's a modified and a shift.
And this is on Ape?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
So what I'm kind of looking at is once it pulls up on the, I'll wait for it to pull up on the actual YouTube.
Yeah, well, I can see it. I know you guys have a delay to me.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically so the top one is, let me see.
That's a lot of wick all up there.
Top one is a modified. So the shift is the one that I want to lose. So that would lose the algo and then come back up and retest it.
As in here, so we'd come deeper.
Right. So just follow the line. So you'd you'd fail the shift and then retest it with the algo, and then your stop would be at the high. And then you could, either A, look for where I had the arrow going to, which is the median, or lose that, and then you'll go to the bottom parallels, which would bring you all the way back to potentially 12 to 13.
Yeah, that would be down here. Yeah, I see it.
That's kind of how I see it.
Yes.
I'll just
Well, that's pretty much. I mean, you're talking about coming to 786. I'm doing the same thing. I'm saying come down here. Well, you'd be looking for it down at this one. Oh no, you're going deeper. You're going 12 to 16. You're going much deeper. So then this would all be. Oh, here I'm on a 15-minute. That's why.
yeah, mine's a 4 hour, and I
Mhm.
just and it's basically only a trigger if it happens. If it doesn't,
Yeah.
you know, it can obviously gain the modified shift and keep
Yeah.
going, and then it would go for the OG. So there's nothing to say it has to stop here, but
Yeah.
typically the way I do is wait for at least a 4 hour loss and retest of the algo and
Well, it
outer
makes sense
parallel.
because it looks like you could be done there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, because there's the impulse that finishes. Right? It looks like it
Right.
could be done.
Yeah.
So that actually plays in, both with the geometry that you're putting on it as well as the Elliott count here, but it doesn't quite have the right. Oh, it doesn't look like we started the correction quite yet, right? Which is just what I was struggling with here. This section here, if that's the right, what are we doing with that, right? We're already going up here, so it's a little bit confusing here. So one thought here is, okay, what do we have here? This is all wick up here. So in a large degree, mainly you've got just a bunch of pump up here. Let's get this out of there. Okay, this has got to keep going, right? For this to leave behind this, well, here, let me do it this way, just this big range that we're stuck in here. Here's the last significant break, right? But we note here, we didn't have a break until we here's the first close above it. Now we've got multiple closes. So here's the last break. So trend is up because of that. So here this is the last low that broke that high, right? So this doesn't create a new low or a new high, but we break this over here. So where's the trend, right? So if I pull all this out of here, we just look at it that way, right? Trend is higher, right? This is the swing high. So nothing happens, right, with regards to swing structure until we get a close above that. Now we confirm, right, that this is likely not the top, right, and that this is just part of, this is the 1, 2, where it's still got more to go into the 5, although the guy sure does look like it would be perfect right here. So I'd be watching carefully, because I suppose at some degree you could look and say, okay, this is just a big 3 before we go down again.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the challenge there. So this looks to me like, okay, green banana. I'd wait. Okay, okay, the one thing please don't do this. Don't buy it here.
Do not buy it.
Right. The thing I can tell you with absolute certainty, professionals never, and I mean never, buy the high. Just think about that for a second. Do you think they do? Do you think they sell the lows? Or do you think maybe they do the opposite of that? Right? Professionals never buy the high or sell the low, right? They don't. Why? They don't need to, right? It's just, if anything, what they're going to do is wait for retail to buy it, and then they're going to crush them, right? Because that's who buys the high, retail, right? Because they think, oh, it's going up, it must be safe to buy it. It's going up, it must be safe to buy it. That's all wick. What are they doing here? Grabbing all those stops. Down we go. Right? It was safe. It was going up. Look how far it's gone. I can buy it now. Right? Don't let your stop be a professional's liquidity. Right? That's what they're trying to do to you. They literally advertise it. Oh, come get that high. Come get it. Here's a big sign up here. Look at this. You could pay retail plus. What does a professional do? Wait till it's on sale. Maybe you mark that down 61.8% for me. Maybe I'll drive it down there. Where would that be? All right. I think we got it. Good one today.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate all you guys. Thanks, Robert R., for that little donation. Hope we gave you some things to think about here. Very tough count you gave us. I mean, I can see why that would be a... I don't know that I would take any dramatic action here, but I sure would be watching it with that bad news. But the fact that it hasn't tanked with that news in the background is interesting. All right, so people aren't being easily spooked out of it. I think for me, if I heard that news, I'd probably been tightening up or lightening up. Okay, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Are we doing tomorrow? Are we doing tomorrow?
That's up to you.
Market's so ugly. Yeah, let's see. Oh, it's either that or I'm doing another video. Okay, let's go for tomorrow. We'll come back for tomorrow. If we get, we need 7 charts, then we're a go. So let's see if the members.
Maybe we can get Twitter because
yeah.
Supposedly he's buying it, so it'd be interesting to see it.
I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good for Twitter, actually. But I think it's a fait accompli now. I think it's a done deal. Okay, so here we go. All right, that's going to be interesting to see. All right, so we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same channel. I know most of you guys watch it after the fact, but for those of you that members that participate, thanks so much for giving us the content. Right, I know that's the unusual. We do not do it like most. Right, we have the members give us the content rather than me pick it. All right, guys, have a good afternoon, and